I am Kira Jo. This is Creative Pursuits. In today's video, I am outside, I've got my camera, and this is going to be a little more casual. In my last video, I talked a little bit about how limitations can actually help you be more creative, so I'm going to put that into practice today. The limitations I'm going to set myself are as follows. The first limitation is that I am taking all the photos within 5 minutes walking distance of my front door. The second limitation is that I am only using one lens. I'm the kind of photographer who has several prime lenses, and I usually swap out which lens I'm shooting with pretty regularly. Today I'm only going to be shooting with my 50mm f1.4. And the third limitation is that I have to take each photo either squatting on the ground or jumping. I can't just stand. This poor kitty wants to be outside with me. Sorry, buddy. Maybe later. This is Picasso. You haven't met him yet. There's Sophie, she's watching me too. Look at these cats. Alright, so here I go, looking for something to take pictures of. This tree might be an interesting subject. I think my third limitation, where I have to be either squatting or jumping in order to take the photo, is really one that I can do something interesting with. So what I'm thinking is, I'm going to try to take a photo. I'm going to put it on a really slow shutter speed so that I can get a lot of blurry lines from the things moving in the photo, or from me moving. Anyway, you'll see what I mean. Alright, that first photo I took worked pretty well. I think I'm going to tweak the settings a little bit. The first photo I took was at 1/5 of a second for the shutter speed, so I'm going to try doing it a little bit faster, see if I get a little more blur, but I'll put that on the screen so that you can kind of see how that turned out, and I will change the shutter speed a little bit and see how it goes. So I went with 1/15 of a second for this one. I do like that it did something different. I don't know that I prefer it to the first one, but I think I'm going to try angling the camera a little bit differently, looking at the tree. Sometimes the angle makes a really big difference, so I'm going to try that too. Alright, so that time I went with 1/10 of a second. I had the camera angled up and I jumped twice while I was taking that photo, and that got me the kind of result that I was hoping to get, just kind of this interesting, kind of abstract looking photo. So yeah, I'm feeling pretty good about that. I'm going to also try one over here where I squat instead of jumping and see if I can get an interesting photo of this pine tree. I forgot to mention this at the beginning of the video. I'm not trying to get amazing photos that I'm going to put in my portfolio or sell as prints or anything like that. I'm just trying to illustrate the way that limitations can help you get different types of photos than you would normally get. So I'll kind of show you, this is the type of photo you might take of a pine tree if you weren't working with limitations. And this video is going to be an example of the type of photos that you could get if you were working with those limitations. And you can apply this to whatever creative field you're interested in. It doesn't have to be photography. So here's kind of how those turned out. I think that they turned out okay. I'm not super excited about them by any means. They're not amazing, but they do kind of offer a different perspective than I would get if I was just standing at my full height and farther away from the tree. If you want to see some of my photos that I'm actually proud of and that I've put more time and effort and work into, you can check out my photography Instagram, which is at KiraJoPhoto, and I will also have that linked down below. As you can see, the sky is looking really pretty today, so I think that might be another good option for doing some movement in the photo. I think I'm going to try to jump and spin and take a picture of the clouds and see if I can't get some cool blue and white swirling images. So I decided I kind of like these trees to be with the clouds, because in the picture I can see a little bit of swirling of those branches, so I'm hoping if I try to keep those trees in the photo, that will help make it look more interesting. I think it turned out really cool. What I did is I tried to compromise a little bit with my camera settings, so I made my shutter speed just a little bit faster, so that time I think it was at 1/40 of a second, and that made it so that it was a little darker. You can see a little more what's going on, and because the shutter speed wasn't quite as slow, I could get more of those branches in. I think it looks kind of cool, almost like a surreal, I don't know, painting or something from a Grimm fairy tales book or something. That's kind of what it reminds me of, so I think that turned out pretty good. So I was doing this while I was taking the photo from side to side and just as fast as I could so that the camera would get that movement into the photo. I'm going to try one looking down at my feet or the grass and see how that goes. I actually think that one of the grass turned out pretty cool too. That one was taken at 1/30 of a second, so I think I've kind of honed in on a good speed to set it to get the kind of movement that I'm wanting. And I think that's all I'm going to do for today. So I hope you liked my quick casual video where I just went on a quick, I don't know, 20-minute photo adventure out here, and that was with stopping to take video. So Do you think you don't have enough time? Look at him. Aww. If you think you don't have enough time to create something, sometimes you just have to get out and do it. It doesn't have to be amazing. Just make something. Go create something and have fun with it. And I hope you guys are having a great day. Leave me any questions or thoughts you have for me in the comments. Stay creative. Bye.